Morning, YouTube. BigH. Getting ready to start the day. It's about 2:35 a.m. Yes, that is fog. This is what's going to happen in late summer through about October. When you're in the mountains, you're going to get this fog. It rained a little bit last night. This is what we got to contend with. So if you think truck driving is easy, think twice, folks. See you in a bit. All right, rolling up to get some fuel for the big rig. It's nice and quiet. That's the dong. Fire emergency. I got a tire and it's down. I don't see it. I think another look under the lights. I did walk around. Check stuff. I need some fuel. I need fuel. I do. I need some fuel. Too much, you know what? Let me back up here. Let's take a walk. Let's see what we got. I typically don't feel like this. Usually fuel before I stop for the night. And as you can see, that light is on. Let's see what we got. They do not look like they're low. I mean, I'm kicking the tires, so to speak. All your lights are working. And these things are hard as a rock. I don't hear any air whatsoever. All right, so we're gonna fuel it up. Idling the truck for a minute. See what we got. That's still on. All right, YouTube, we'll be back. guys, just to follow up on that tire light I had, tire inflation light I had on. 2 minutes after, or 3 minutes or so after I jumped back in the truck, it finally went out. There's a slow leak. I haven't discovered it. I've looked and been looking. I just did a post trip right now, or before. I don't hear anything. I don't see any nails. But there is a slow leak. I woke up and my tire pressure, my air gauge was under 100. So it just takes some time to fill it up. But anyway, I'm sitting here at the Loves between Indiana and Ohio. I just went to the Ohio toll booth going west. This is where I'm going to stop for the next 34 hours and get a full clock back. The load's not ready. The load's not due till the 29th, anytime on the 29th. So I'm making a decision to shut it down for 34 hours. I'll be good to go about 8:30 tomorrow night in a fresh clock, as opposed to I have 6 hours and 20 minutes left on my 70. Then I have 2 hours and 50 minutes to come back tonight at midnight. It leaves me with 8.5 hours. Then tomorrow night at midnight, I get a full 8 hours and 30 minutes left. I could pretty much run this load, I think, in with the time I've got. That means I've got to sit all day tomorrow till midnight. Yeah, so if I ran it in tonight, I would sit all day tomorrow until midnight on Sunday night, Monday morning. Get my 8:30 back. And go from there. They sent me a proposed load. It needed to be picked up by no later than 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That wasn't going to happen. It was a 5-stop load. And Oklahoma and all the other ones are in Houston, Texas. Really good paying load, folks. I don't mind the stops. I'm out here, I must make money. Yeah, sometimes they go wrong, get held up. Such is the case, but it would have been over a $10,000 week for me if I had taken that load. Because the last one delivered was on Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But, hey, I ran hard last week. And I'm not trying to justify anything. All I'm trying to do, and let me explain my week. I started out in Utah last Saturday. Got my APU worked on because I was in Texas. Well, why didn't you go to Springfield? Guys, anybody who works for Prime knows if you go to Springfield, you're pretty much held hostage there. So my choice was, let's get me a load to Utah, which they did. And so I went to Utah. As soon as I pulled into the yard, after I cleaned out the trailer, they immediately said, bring your truck into Bay 76. Did the APU service. I was out 1, 2, 3. I then got a load Sunday afternoon going from the terminal to Greeley, Colorado. 505 miles. That pretty much destroyed my clock. That started destroying my clock. I had about 2 hours and 25 minutes left. I ran as far as I could, using only 11 hours. The next day, from Greeley, I went up to Wisconsin. That took pretty much my drive shift. And from Wisconsin, I could deadhead down the road, not so bad, 50 miles, go pick up a load. And then from there, I had to go to Ohio for the next morning. And the next morning after that, I had to be in southern New Jersey. And then from southern New Jersey, I had to go up to Connecticut. So I had 3 days where I had to run my clock all the way to the end. As I pulled into each night, I pulled into a truck stop, it was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes left on my clock. Also, I had to run during the day. I don't care what anybody says, you go a lot further at night than you do during the day, especially on the East Coast, all right? There's no argument. If you're running out in Wyoming, Montana, code is. Doesn't matter what time of day or night, you're gonna probably do the same. East Coast, you're not. Too much road construction, too much traffic. That being said, I don't have enough time on my clock, so I chose to sit here. I'm going to choose, and I made that decision. I let my weekend fleet manager know that the decision is this: I'm sitting here until tomorrow night at 8:30, get my 70 back, full clock back, and then from there I will be ETA. The drop will be 7 o'clock, 0700 Monday morning. From here to there, from my 90s, 505 miles. I'm in Indiana, going through Illinois, which means it's all flat. It'll happen at night, so I'll have more than enough time to get there. And then if you want to push me to the next load before I need to take my 10-hour break, that's fine. I know I can make the 505 miles in less than 10 hours at night. So that's the plan, Stan. I got to keep an eye on this tire. So I'm going to periodically just run this truck, let it air up. I'm not going to let it sit for the next 34 hours because I know there's a problem. This place does have a mechanic shop. I don't know if they're open. I'm gonna go look. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this tire aired up. Because again, I listen for it. I look for nails. I can't see anything. In any event, that's my day. It's I pulled in. I pulled in about 10:30, so I've been here for about 40 minutes, hanging out, using the bathroom, doing my post trip, and decided to finish off the video of today's video. Again, I ended up. The fog was pretty nasty. Through a lot of Pennsylvania, especially when you go past rivers, because what's happening, what creates that fog is that the air temperature is colder than the water temperature, which creates condensation, whatever. I'm not a meteorologist, I just know that from experience, all right? And that's from watching Weather Channel all these years. So there was parts of Pennsylvania that were really nasty, I had to really slow down. Couldn't see 5-10 feet in front of me, and it opened up, then it get bad again, and so on and so forth. But I made it here safely, and we're just gonna chill out. We're gonna recover some sleep, go for a walk, do some showering, and do some laundry tomorrow morning, and then we're gonna be ready to rock and roll with a fresh 70. Yeah, it sucks, man, because it was a really great load. I could have had a hell of a week, man, but what happens. It sucks. I just wish I had more time. I just don't have enough time. If I had more spare time in my 70, like 10 hours left, then sitting here getting a 34 would not even be a fragment of my thought. It's just the fact that I've only got 6 hours and 30 minutes left. Only 2 hours of that's coming back tonight. Almost 3, but let's just say 2 hours and 40 minutes. That leaves me with 8. Then again, I would have to sit all day tomorrow, wait for my 8 hours and 30 minutes to come back at midnight. Still couldn't pick up that load. And clock sucks, folks. This is one of the things I don't like about OTR. It's us being regulated by the government, telling me when I'm tired and when I should stop. I don't know how you guys feel about it who are in OTR. I just don't like the clock. Now I get it. It's for our safety. But you're also taking food out of my mouth too. Again, I could add a hell of a pay week as a solo. Could go well over 10 gross. But if it ends today, it ends today. I mean, after this load it ends, I'm still up over 6K. Gross. Not take home, but gross. and we got to deal with the cars that we've dealt with. But again, I don't like the clog, and I don't like the food that's on the road. But the reason why I stopped at Love's and didn't continue to go on, because you guys know Indiana and 80, there's no truck stops except service plazas. I really need a shower. I need a shave. So I chose here because there's nothing between here and like Gary's. I can't make it to Gary the time I've got. It's 170 miles from where I sit. I've already mapped it out. I can't make it. So this is where I'm going to sit. Again, get my 34. Get a new clock and see what the week brings me. That being said, stay safe, make great decisions. Thanks for stopping by, BigH Trucking.